Hello, my witches and warlocks. It's time to read some Am I the A-hole? Let's ride! Am I the asshole for telling my sister I'm not visiting her if she moves far away for school? You move far away. I am so not going to come see you. Oh my God, why? My sister and I are from a small town, which she moved away from a couple of years ago. She's an hour away now, but she's getting priced out. I've been trying to get her to move to a city in between our areas that has everything you could want out of a big city, but she wouldn't budge because she thinks it's boring. It's not. She's just very bougie. Well, she's free to move wherever she wants. A few days ago, she told me she wanted to go to school for a new career. I told her to go for it and asked where she wanted to go. Basically, her plan is to move to a city 3 hours away from me and get a 2-bedroom apartment so I can visit once in a while. I told her that's too far of a drive for me, so she'd have to take a bus here. She's epileptic. She told me there's no bus and that 3 hours isn't that far of a drive, considering lots of people drive that far just to go home every weekend. I said, but I'm not them. I told her she should absolutely get her degree if that's what she wants, but that she shouldn't expect people to come and visit her if she chooses to move that far away. I told her she's too far away as it is to visit more than maybe a couple times a year, to which she said she didn't feel good and hung up. I think you're being a little bit of a drama queen. You don't want to go out there because you're saying it's too far, but you want her to take a bus to come see you when she's epileptic. You sound a little bit like an asshole. Yeah, I'd have to say. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think you're expected to have to do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but your sister has the right to go where she wants, and it sounds like she's had, she was saying, oh, you can come visit, I have a spare room, and you're just like, no, I'm not going to do that. It's like too far, but you can like totally take a bus here to see me. That's pretty one-sided. A couple hours later, I found out from my uncle that she asked several family members if they would visit her if she went to school. Apparently, all of us said no. We've all lived in the same country dating back to the 1870s, so it's rare we drive more than half an hour. Okay, your whole family sounds selfish then. And now she's worried she'll like it there and will never see us again because she can't drive and because there's no bus stations near her. She has a good point. It sounds like you guys are all a bunch of assholes and really don't care, honestly, if she's leaving, and she sounds sad, but she's going to pursue life. So am I the asshole? Yeah, we'd all be very proud of her if she got her degree, and she can always move back to her current city once she graduates. I just feel like this is the thing about moving far away. If you move far enough, it's kind of on you to visit. If you can't visit, you should find somewhere close by. No, you guys are definitely the assholes. This is one thing I hate, because I actually want to move from Vegas, but everybody will make you feel bad about that. And I just tell them, you know what? I'm not going to stay here and be unhappy for you. If moving somewhere else is better for you, whether it's your career, your mental state, whatever your reasons are, you do it for you. Don't stay anywhere for anybody else, unless maybe it's for a relationship and you feel like you have a future, and then maybe you can discuss with them. But if it's just you, no, don't stay anywhere for anybody. Do what's best for you. And the fact that they think that it's like 3-hour drive, it's not a short drive, I'll give you that. But to be like thinking like it's just unbearable and we'll never do it ever, so you got to come visit. No, this family sounds selfish. Would I be the asshole if I, 20 female, don't take my friend, 25 female, in after saying I would? So my friend, 25 female, and I were talking about becoming roommates because she needs to move out of her grandparents' house. The apartments are strict where I, 20 female, live, so my boyfriend, 23 male, and I are looking to get a house. I had told her a week ago when him and I started looking that if she couldn't find a place, that my boyfriend and I would have a room for her. We already have a house picked out, just waiting to view and get a loan. Oh, that's nice. Today she hung out and she rubbed me the wrong way. She was very pushy to go to where I currently live and to help me with the chores. I told her multiple times that I wanted to go home and rest because I had been at work all day. I was texting my boyfriend, and multiple times she tried looking over my messages. She just seems pushy and nosy. I'm second guessing on letting her stay when we get a house. This isn't the first time she's been like this. Okay, well, wait a minute. How long have you been friends? Because you sounded all happy-go-lucky before, and now you're like,
I don't know, she's pushy. I think I changed my mind.
Sounds like she wants to make sure that she comes over and helps you with the chores, because I would think that that's the least that she could do. If letting her stay with you, she might be thinking, oh, I need to help with the chores. If you told her like, no, not today, I need to rest, she kept pushing, then like, yeah, it's pretty stupid. And she doesn't need to be going through your messages. But it just feels like we did a total 180 here. Would I be the asshole if I go back on my word on having a room at the house I'm looking at because she's not respecting my boundaries and privacies? I would say, yeah, you would be the asshole. But at the same time, I guess I could understand in a way if she's starting to get to be like really pushy and weird and something's changing that you don't like, then you should probably address that, because then you don't want somebody living with you that you're going to be miserable with. But it's still, you're still going to be an asshole for it because you already said she could stay with you. So you got to just kind of accept that you would be the asshole and move on. Am I the asshole for being honest with a young mom? My youngest son, Danny, 5, started kindergarten last week. One of his friends from preschool is also in the same class. The boy Lucas is a sweet kid, and I was happy to find out they would be together for kindergarten. Luca's mom is only 19. Last year, I tried to befriend her as our sons got along well, and most the other parents avoided her and gossiped a lot about her behind her back. On Friday, we got the boys together for a play date at my home. We had a nice chat while the boys played, and she opened up about how difficult it has been for her interacting with other parents. Afterwards, she offered to host the next play date. Well, that's nice. I politely told her no. Oh, okay. But let her know I'm happy to do play dates at my house or at a playground. She was a little taken aback and asked me why. I told her the truth, that I don't feel comfortable going to her home. Okay, this sounds harsh, but I have my reasons. A small reason that I could overlook is that she lives in a tiny apartment in a bad part of town. At my home, there's a lot more space for the boys to play both indoors and outdoors. Okay. One of my bigger reasons is her boyfriend. I've heard a lot about him from a mom of one of my oldest son's friends. Her daughter went to school with him and has only horrible things to say about him. My biggest relevant concern is that according to her, he is involved with drugs and has a criminal record and a pending case. I obviously don't want my son in a home like this due to safety concerns. Sure. I hate myself a little bit for my reasoning, as a lot of it is based off gossip. However, as a mom, I feel my instincts about not going over there are right, even just for the possibility of her boyfriend being there alone, as every interaction I've had with him has been negative. He's very unfriendly, cold, and I've seen him be rude to other parents at pickup. When I told Luca's mom that her boyfriend was part of my reasoning, she became irritated. I told her I didn't understand why she was with a guy like that. Okay, that's none of your business. She accused me of being like the other moms and spreading gossip. She claims half the things said about him aren't even true. I expressed to her that she'd probably have an easier time getting along with other parents if she didn't let her boyfriend around the school and should expect gossip if she's going to have a guy like that around her son. Wow. She left mad as hell. I told my husband what happened, and he thinks I was somewhat an asshole. I do too. He suggested I could have protected her feelings and prevented a falling out by giving other reasonings to not going to her home. He said it's going to suck if the boys can't hang out anymore if she holds this against me, and he also feels bad for the mom, as it could have been nice for her to have an older mom in her circle. Am I the asshole? Yeah, I think you are a little bit, but I can understand some of where you're coming from. So this one's kind of a lot to break down. As a parent, trust me, I understand your concerns with having a child over at another parent's house without you there, alone with other people you don't know. I totally get that. I would never never in my life allow something like that to happen unless it was with one of my daughter's friends who I am very, very friendly with their mom, and I like, I'm on good terms with them. Now, if she's inviting all of you guys, you parents, to come over for a play date with all the kids, now I think that could be a good idea. However, if you really just aren't comfortable with it, you could have just said, you know what, how about we start, at the park. I don't know, the pumpkin patch. Maybe we can go to the farmer's market. Just places like that where the kids can get out and you can get to know her better. I don't think you needed to lay it on this thick. And even if you have problems with her boyfriend and you don't want your child around him, I say that's fine. But it's really none of your business to tell her, like, well, we don't like him because of you're gossiping just like the other ladies are. So I think you could have handled that a lot better. I think you could have been nicer about it. I don't think you needed to come off like that. So yeah, I'd say you were a little bit of an asshole. Would I be the asshole if I didn't buy my daughter a saxophone? I, 38 male, was talking to a buddy about this, and he suggested I come here for advice. Oh gosh, I don't know if your friend likes you very much. I have one daughter, a 14 female, who out of nowhere really wants a saxophone for some reason. I pointed out that she already has a flute, and she says her teacher has never heard of that brand, so it's not a good brand. Is she in band? I'm assuming she must be in band. Fine, I can deal with that. Then when she came home the next day, she showed me her phone begging me for the saxophone and that she'll pay for most of it. I said I'd have to think about it, but now she's asking me every single day if I've made my decision yet. Oh yeah. When they get something in their heads, they never forget. The problem is she's already doing so much stuff, which I think is spreading her thin. She's on the debate team, something called Ethics Bowl, and a third club. I pointed this out to her the day she showed me the saxophone, and she showed me she had all A's. I admit it, I laughed and told her to show me those grades in 6 months, and she stomped off angrily. Oh, not cool. Not cool. You're starting to look like an asshole. That's a really, really shitty thing to say to your child. I also just bought my wife, who is 36 female, who is staying out of this. Is that how it works? As a parent, can you just stay out of things? And myself a new phone. So I'm kind of strapped for cash. When I brought this up, she said I'd only have to pay $165 and she would shoulder most of the costs. I told her that's still a lot and said if she had that money, I could use it to pay the bills. Yeah, you're an asshole. She told me that saxophone was already in someone else's cart and she needed it now or she'd fail band. I think her failing out of this club would be nice. Okay, because she can't do everything at once in her freshman year. But now she's in her little angsty teen phase and not talking to me. Yeah, you're the asshole. You're definitely the asshole for a number of reasons here. One, it's got nothing to do with the money. School's expensive. Trust me, I got it. But for you to laugh at your daughter's A's and saying that, yeah, show me those in 6 months. I bet you they're going to be shitty. What is wrong with you? You're a parent. You're supposed to be encouraging her to keep those grades good. And if she starts to have some issues with her grades, you're supposed to help her. You're not supposed to just let her get bad grades. Saying that if she has that much money, she could use it to pay the bills. No, sir, those are your bills, not hers. Nope, nope, nope. You provide for her, not the other way around. I think the most egregious thing you said here, though, is that you want her to fail. I don't know if I've ever heard a parent say they wanted their child to fail at something. You're not only an asshole, you're a bad parent. And your wife sounds like she's kind of a bad parent, too, because who just stays out of it? Oh, my daughter needs a saxophone for band and my husband's being a dick to her and she needs some money for it. You know what? I'm just going to stay out of it. It's none of my business. What is going on in your household? Don't ever discourage her to not pursue something that could turn into something bigger. And for you to say, she can't do it all. Says who? Maybe you can't do it all, but maybe try to see if she can. You're an asshole. They were all assholes today. I don't know that I've ever had that before. It was actually kind of fun. Or maybe I'm just super judgy today. Well, my witches and warlocks, again, hope you enjoyed the video. I can't wait to see you next time. I can't wait to see your beautiful face and squeeze your cute little cheeks. Until then, keep your magic strong, baby. Bye.